What happens when covenant speaks louder than power? This powerful Bible story reveals timeless lessons about loyalty, jealousy, grace, and God's promises. You will discover King Saul's downfall through jealousy, Jonathan's covenant loyalty that cost him a throne, David's rise through faith and humility, Mephibosheth's restoration from shame to honor. This story proves one eternal truth. Power fades, crowns fall, but covenant still speaks. If you've ever felt forgotten, overlooked, or betrayed, this message is for you. Watch till the end. The final moment will change how you see friendship, leadership, and grace. In the days when kings ruled Israel, the Lord searched not for crowns, but for faithful hearts. And there arose a shepherd boy named David, whose trust was in the God of Israel. He stood before the giant Goliath with no armor, no sword, and no fear. With a sling and a stone, he struck the giant down, and the people marveled at the power of God. Yet among the many who rejoiced, one man looked upon David with honor and holy admiration. His name was Jonathan, the son of King Saul, heir to the throne of Israel. And it came to pass that Jonathan's soul was knit to the soul of David. He saw the hand of the Lord upon David, and he rejoiced, not with envy, but with humility. Jonathan took off his royal robe and placed it upon David. He gave him his sword, his bow, and his armor, as a sign of covenant. And Jonathan said in his heart, "Let the will of the Lord be done." But King Saul grew jealous when the women sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." Envy entered the king's heart like poison, and he sought to destroy David. Again and again Saul lifted his spear, but the Lord preserved David. Jonathan stood between his father and his friend, choosing truth over fear. And they swore a covenant before the Lord, saying, "Let the Lord be between thee and me, and between thy seed and my seed forever." Time passed, and war arose against Israel upon the mountains of Gilboa. The Philistines pressed hard, and many fell by the sword. Jonathan fought bravely, but he was struck down in battle. Saul also fell upon his sword, and great sorrow filled the land. When David heard of Jonathan's death, he tore his garments and wept bitterly. And David lamented, saying, "How are the mighty fallen?" He remembered the love of Jonathan, a love rooted in covenant and righteousness.
Years passed, and David was made king over all Israel. Yet David remembered the promise he had sworn before the Lord. And David said, "Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" A servant replied, "There remaineth a son of Jonathan, lame in both feet. His name was Mephibosheth, and he dwelt in Lodabar, a place of barrenness and forgotten hope." Mephibosheth came trembling before the king, fearing judgment. But David said unto him, "Fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake." And David restored unto him all the land of Saul his grandfather. Moreover, David said, "Thou shalt eat bread at my table continually."
Grace lifted the broken man from shame to honor. And under the king's table, his crippled feet were hidden, though his dignity was restored. Thus the covenant between David and Jonathan lived on beyond death. Saul reaped the fruit of jealousy, but Jonathan reaped the reward of loyalty. David showed that true greatness is found not only in victory, but in mercy. And the Lord remembered the covenant, for he is faithful through all generations. This story teaches that friendship can be holy and guided by the hand of God. It reminds us that promises made before the Lord are not to be forgotten. And it shows that God calls the broken, the hidden, and the afraid, and gives them a seat at his table. Behold, grace covers where strength has failed, and covenant speaks where fear once lived. For the God who lifted David, honored Jonathan, and restored Mephibosheth is the same God who still redeems today.
Power fades, but covenant lasts forever. Who is the forgotten person God may be calling you to show grace to? And who is that person who thinks, friends have forsaken me, family has abandoned me, even God has forgotten me? Here is a message. Fear not, God has not forgotten you. You are still in His master plan, and grace is coming your way sooner than you expected. Just hold on. This message was brought to you by T Prince. Like this video, comment covenant, subscribe for more powerful Bible stories. Share this with someone who needs hope today. God bless you.